Cassie Hartman walked through the halls of Riverside High with her blonde ponytail bouncing behind her and her cheer uniform crisp from practice. Most saw her as the typical cheerleader, pretty, flexible, and full of school spirit. But no one truly knew what her after-school life was like, or the bloodline of discipline and combat she came from. Her father, Master Sergeant Daniel Hartman, had served 3 tours overseas and raised Cassie with a military sense of strength, awareness, and discipline. Every weekend since she could walk, she trained in combatives, situational awareness, and even close-quarters defense. But at school, Cassie kept that side of herself hidden. She didn't want to be feared, just respected. Unfortunately, that respect was hard to come by when the school's toughest girls had their eyes on her. It started with whispers. Tiffany Monroe, the alpha queen of the senior girls, had always disliked Cassie for reasons that went beyond competition. Maybe it was jealousy. Maybe it was power. Or maybe it was just because Cassie smiled a little too confidently. But whatever it was, Tiffany wanted her crushed, and not just socially. "Look at her prancing around like she owns the halls," Tiffany said one afternoon, standing with her 2 shadows, Bree and Monica. "Just because she can split in 2 directions doesn't mean she's special." Cassie passed by them, overhearing the remark but ignoring it. That was her dad's first rule: don't engage unless you have to. But some fights don't let you walk away. That afternoon in the gym, while cheerleaders were stretching and flipping through the last part of practice, the tension snapped. Tiffany and her girls walked right in. "Oh, I didn't know gymnasts had practice right now," she said loudly, drawing giggles from her followers. Cassie kept stretching, not taking the bait. But Tiffany wasn't letting up. "Tell me, Cassie, do you actually think you're tough just 'cause you can do a backflip? I bet if someone pushed you, you'd break like a twig." Cassie finally stood. Her voice was calm, clear. "Try it." The room went quiet. The cheer squad froze. Tiffany blinked, then smirked. "Ooh. Little Barbies got bark now." Cassie's voice didn't rise. "Keep pushing, and you'll find out I'm not plastic." That evening, the ambush came. Cassie was walking home alone, cutting through the park behind the school like she always did. The sun was sinking, and shadows stretched long. That's when she heard the snapping twigs. Turned just in time to see Tiffany, Bree, and Monica step out from behind the trees. "You wanted me to try it, right?" Tiffany said, cracking her knuckles. Cassie sighed, setting her bag down slowly. Her dad's voice echoed in her mind. "Don't swing first. Let them make the mistake. Then make sure they don't get a second chance." Tiffany lunged, and that was her mistake. Cassie sidestepped, pivoted on her heel, and drove her elbow into Tiffany's ribs. The air whooshed out of her like a deflating balloon. Bree charged next, and Cassie caught her wrist, twisted, and flipped her onto the grass with a sickening thud. Monica froze, unsure. But Cassie's eyes locked on hers like a predator. "Come on," Cassie said. "I thought you girls were tough." Monica made the mistake of rushing. Cassie ducked low, swept her legs out from under her, then pinned her to the ground with a knee. 3 girls, down. None could understand what had just happened. Their mouths gaped in silence. Cassie stood over them, brushing grass from her sleeves. "My dad didn't teach me cheers. He taught me how to survive." She grabbed her bag and walked away without another word. But the storm was far from over. The next day, videos started surfacing. Someone had been filming the fight from a nearby bench. The internet exploded. Cassie became more than just the cheerleader. She became a legend. Most were in awe, but others burned with anger and embarrassment. That night, Tiffany didn't go home. She went to plan revenge. And she wasn't planning to fight fair this time.